welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. Today, this is going to be part 2 of the Planet Parade. I really feel like there's this party mood in the air. I think that a lot of people might be feeling activated somehow, either to do something about their lives, to change something about their lives. And this is quite a turning point, I think, in the collective. So I really would love for these readings to support you in whatever big change you are trying to implement in your life. So let's hope that this can inspire us all today. So, first pile, we have Aries, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Leo. Your card is Submission. This is Venus in Pisces. Second pile, we have Aquarius, Virgo, Scorpio, and Cancer. Your card is Empathy, Moon in Pisces. The third pile, we have Libra, Gemini, Taurus, and Capricorn. Your card is Mercury in Aquarius with originality. It's interesting that I noticed that some signs are being activated by this planet alignment, and Pisces is one of those signs. So it's interesting that we have 2 Pisces cards on this pile. So I would also like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This will help me so much, as I am just about to reach 500 subscribers. And I will now give you a moment for you to choose your pile with your intuition, your chosen card, or your zodiac sign. I will see you in your reading. Okay, pile number 1. You have the card Submission with Venus in Pisces. I really love this card, although the word submission can be a little bit triggering for some, but actually it's a more like a psychological psychological submission, because the bird can leave anytime it wants. And I'm also particularly attracted to the sardines, because the sardines are such a homey fish and such a cozy food for me, because it's a very special treat in my tradition, in my personal tradition. So sardines are so nutritious. They're so small and so nutritious, and they are also a representative of the connection to spirit, to the depths of spirit, and to the depths of the unconscious, the collective unconscious. So also this artistic connection to humanity is what I'm feeling here, like the ability to create your own reality. And maybe this is why the bird doesn't leave, because he created his own reality. And although it might feel for some that it's imprisoning him, he can actually leave whenever he wants. So maybe like the fish, he's kind of he escapes. He's slippery. He escapes from the grasp and from the sight of the people around him, but actually he's doing a lot of things that are not understood by other people. That's a very Piscean mind and creative. There's a lot of creative potential here. Okay, So let's get some more information for you about this coming alignment that I feel like is really lighting up the sky for us and lighting the way, possibly also pointing the way. And it's very special because it's going to be visible. That's the most rare thing about this alignment, because the alignment in of itself, it's not as rare, but the fact that it's seen with the naked eye, that's why I was talking to you about in the first reading about trying to see it with your eyes, with your own eyes. I think that there will be some sort of magical like a magical experience, a magical moment, like of synchronicity possibly. So maybe in the precise moment of the alignment, something special might happen. And if you see it happening, something and at the same time might be happening around you or in your life. But let's see. Okay, so first we have prison. That's interesting because it's the cage. Living room, so cozy inside. And main person, so maybe you're leaving this enclosure because you're leaving this behind. Oh, Jehovah, interesting. Guardian at the gate. Yeah, so the gate is open. The door is opening. Sorry for this. I'll have to make this appropriate for YouTube. Okay, you have Iris of the Rainbows. Very interesting. So something is about to end. You can already see like the aftermath. But I think that's something about your own imagination, something like it's a world that you have created for yourself. It's not something that is happening against your will, which is interesting. So when I saw submission, I didn't see like this feeling of helplessness. I didn't feel like that. I felt like this was a choice. This was something that a world that you have created. So it's your own rules, but now I think you might be understanding some deeper aspects of this reality that you have created, and now you want to change. And you already see the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's see what else we have. Okay. Devotion with Saturn in Libra. Rebellion, Mars in Aquarius. Mars in Gemini with decision. Okay. Flirtation, Venus in Sagittarius. And finally, harmony with the Sun in Libra. That's so interesting. So the Sun comes out at the end of this process. And so a new path is going to be revealed to you after you decide to leave this situation. And I don't think that the other people involved are going to really have a say in your decision, because this is such, I feel like you are in a very empowered position. You're not really helpless in any way, and you're not being put in place or held in place by or subjected to something by other people. I feel like it's just an inner it's like you rebel against your own thoughts. That's how I'm feeling this. I feel like this is everything to do with your psyche and how you feel things, how you understand your feelings. Maybe there are also some unhealthy habits here that you want to change. If it's either like substances or just food, or even just, like social media, or the way you, something like that you do that you want to stop, and you're deciding to stop. You have the power to make that decision, and you're already seeing how life is going to change after that. I feel like you have hope. There's this feeling of openness after that, because maybe you felt like you couldn't interact with other people in a healthy way if you had those energies in your life. I have this feeling of finally opening up to other people, maybe coming out of some sort of self-imposed isolation or something like a retreat. We have exhaustion with the Nine of Wands. So yeah, maybe this is what prompts your decision to leave. There's this final straw moment for you. I feel like it's now. Like maybe you want like guidance or help or motivation to change. And I think that this reading might be happening for you, might come to you for that reason, so that you can have that extra confirmation that you're on the right track. And I don't even think that it will be painful, because according to what I'm seeing here, you're more interested in the spiritual dimension of your choice and how it will impact your spiritual life, and not so much if it's the correct thing to do. It's more like morally correct, or if other people expect you to do so. I think that you have arrived. It's like you came here to do a certain, you have a mission, you have to accomplish certain milestones, and you're wondering if this is one of them. And I feel like, yeah, like it's a gateway for something else, and you are correct to go through that gateway. I don't see you like scared at all. It's such a positive emotion. It's almost like you're wondering if the change is part of the addictive pattern of leaving things behind. Maybe it can be that one of your strategies, like emotional strategies in life, is to change. If things are not working and you were trying to do something different because you thought like you were just compulsively doing it again and repeating that pattern. But if that's your case, I don't think that that's happening right now. I feel like you are moving on to something better. Six of Wands, success. Yeah, definitely. There you go. This is the World card. Conclusion. Wow. This is, well, affability can be one of the translations. It means like the connection. There's a joyous connection here. But I feel like this is like opening up to people in general. I don't see it as one person in particular here. I don't feel that energy. But let's see if that's receptivity with the Queen of Cups. So I feel like you are now coming into this moment of opening up your emotional body to other people, and that's a decision. That's like a bold decision that you're making. That's so interesting. I think that this is also going to make you more prone to create art and more inspired, if that's your case. And if you're not particularly artistic and you're more like business oriented, or more have a more like mathematical mind or more methodical approach to life, I feel like you're going to be inspired with an idea. You're going to liberate your mind and your body and your soul, your time, your schedule, to something new that is going to bring you a lot of joy. Stuck in the past, the Five of Cups. Interesting. I'll just finish with the cards and see. The Rebel with the Emperor. Wow. And Abundance with the King of Pentacles. This is a very nice, very stable and abundant position to be in. So when I saw Stuck in the Past, and with all the such a positive energy around it, I thought, wow, this is really strange. Like disappointment and sadness, losing out on something emotional. But then I felt like that wasn't the correct way to frame it, because that doesn't make any sense here for me. So when I saw the card with this person holding all these colorful, like a box full of colorful things, ideas, I think that you're going to have access from, and Stuck in the Past. So I think that you're going to have access to kind of a, maybe it's something that you already have in your possession, like a treasure chest or something, and you're like going through the stuff and you just find something really precious. Oh, so maybe it can also be that some of you are relocating, changing dwellings. Yeah. That can also be that you're relocating and you are going through stuff in that process, and you find something in a box, like with a lot of colorful memorabilia or like photos or something, and it's something that will make you feel great, and possibly something that will also remind you of your own power, your own status, your own achievements, because you're going into a phase of your life where you can enjoy so much of what you've done up until this point. So I think that this reading is coming to you so that when you find this item, because maybe it's happening during this alignment, so on the 25th would be the most intense. So maybe then you will find something and you'll be, maybe this reading is like reminding you to be mindful of what you find, because that object is going to be very, very significant. And I don't know what that object might be, but maybe this image can be a clue for you. But I wouldn't be too stuck on the image itself, more on the concept and the feeling. So it's like a clue. There's a clue to something that's really important for your stability, your financial stability. The home or the dwelling itself might really bring this memory, maybe. It's something that, maybe it's something that was lost, that you thought you had lost. And it's really important and makes you, it reminds you of something really precious to you. And for some of you, it might be also something that reminds you of your father, or a father figure, or a masculine energy that was really beneficial and like a protective energy in your life. Someone who would lead the way for you. Someone who is a reference, like a beacon for you, an example to follow. And also a very loving one at the same time. I feel like there's a sort of an embrace, although that I don't feel like there's a lot of physical touch or too much intimacy. I feel like there's more this feeling of being protected, of having like a house, a roof over your head, and safety and stability, the infrastructure of life. Interesting. Thank you so much for this. And if you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. Your card is empathy, with the moon in Pisces. And to me, this is focusing more on your ability to tap into a collective mood, a collective sentiment. And I think that you're like listening to something. It can also be connected to music or sound in some way, or words, spoken words. The ability to, it can also be about telepathy. I don't know. I feel like your abilities are going to be upgraded in that sense somehow, but let's go into the cards and see what else. Okay, one at a time. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see, what more do we have? This is too much. There might be a lot of information incoming for you, a lot of downloads, a lot of things that you're like getting intuitive hits, and maybe even like people are talking to you and you say, did you just say this? And the person is like, no, I didn't say it. I just thought that I was going to say it. But it's like, it's like listening to people's thoughts, having that sensibility hyper active at this specific time. I don't think there's any more here. Okay, so let's start with the Kipper. Good lady. Interesting start. A little child. and work, occupation. Something that you're working on. You know, right away I'm getting so many things. I think that you're going to get an opportunity that you've dreamt of when you were a child. And it's going to be in a very special setting. It's something that is going to be possibly something in nature, something set in nature, and you're going to have a huge opportunity. And it's something that's like blowing in the wind. I just remember that song. Oh God, come on, it's so famous. I forgot the name. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Bob Dylan. Okay. Something about that song. Moon in Aquarius. Wow, I got these like goosebumps when I thought about this song. Something is blowing in the wind. Saturn in Pisces with loss. Jupiter in Capricorn with control. And Mars in Virgo with criticism. I think that you're probably achieving something that you were told all your life that you weren't going to achieve. It's like, it's impossible, you're such a dreamer, no way, this is a childish dream, it's not going to happen. And maybe people would turn their back on you and kind of be cynical about you, about what you represent. And I think that you kept that child with you. That's why I'm like getting goosebumps, because you protected that child that dreamt that dream, and now he's like he's going to be free to do what he wants. And I also feel like when you were a child, you already knew exactly what you wanted to do, but it was kind of, I wouldn't say beaten out of you, it was just kind of pushed out of sight, because either people would say it was unsightly, it was something that was not socially accepted or correct, or and the most possible thing is that that's not the case. That's just that people around you would kind of, they would think, they would feel like they were losing control, and what you were doing made them feel like they were losing control, not over you specifically, although that might be a metaphor, but more over themselves and over their feelings. Like maybe it would be something that would kind of be overwhelming for their feelings, for their emotions. It would be too much. And but the answer is blowing in the wind. Okay. Honesty. And Mickle. You see that child, he's coming out to play. Going outside, playing outside, being able to do the things that you weren't allowed to do when you were a child. Also, wow, that's so beautiful. It's like having a playground for yourself, having a garden, tending to your garden, having a garden to play to have fun, to be yourself, to be honest, to be authentic. There's something to do with music here. And it's also because there's a dog here. I would also be, if you have a dog or you have dogs around, or you can have some sort of contact with dogs or pets, I would say that it would be interesting for you to see their reaction to certain sounds or to things that you do. Like if you change the way you do something, it would be like a nice experiment for you to try before you show what you are doing to humans or to friends and family or someone else. I don't know. It's like keep it pure, because pets are so pure, they're so loving to the people that they choose to love as they're humans. They're like children forever, right? They keep that purity and honesty, absolute honesty. So an interesting relationship with dogs. Or it's also an interesting relationship with children. A nurturing and very rewarding relationship with children. It might also be that you heal something from your own childhood when you are in contact with pets and children. And this might be very important right now in this specific transition or period that you're going through, because something is blowing in the wind. And I'm very curious if the tarot has something to say about this wind. 7 of Cups. I want to have more information. Sorry, I was listening. Okay, 6 of Wands. Interesting. Nine of Swords. The Emperor. It's very similar with the Jupiter and Capricorn energy. 3 of Cups. 5 of Swords. 5 of Wands. And the Knight of Cups. So, something about this character that's really strong. This Emperor, Jupiter, Zeus-like entity, energy, father figure possibly. Something is changing, and I feel like this is something about a father figure. And it's so interesting that the first pile also had this, but also had this father figure. But now I'm sensing a completely different storyline. There is a father figure. There's something in the air, something happening in the collective that has to do with father figures. Patriarchal figures, even. So I feel like you're being chosen by a patriarchal figure, but it's someone you respect. Or you are like, you are in the process of changing the archetype of the father for yourself. So something psychologically is happening, and it's about to happen, and it's going to be very transformative in your psyche, because it's one of the most powerful archetypal figures for every one of us, the father and mother, of course. And something's going to happen that's going to revolutionize the way you see that energy, the way you feel that energy. And I see that there is conflict there. There's some sort of ambiguity there that I think is going to be solved, that you're going to face, because it's something that came from your childhood. It's something that also heavily influenced the way you built your career, or your choice of career. Something that affected you deeply, and that you can't really be like cynical about. And maybe that's why people were cynical of you, because they kind of made fun of this connection to this patriarchal figure, or to the patriarchal energy. It can be very abstract. I feel like there's two options here. It can be that this is a person in your life that is embodying these qualities, but it can also be that you are already in the process of developing those qualities in yourself, and you understand those qualities independently from the specific people around you. And you understand that they are part of you, and not really completely embodied by the people who are in your life. And I think that there's an ambiguity here. There's like a deep sadness, a deep worry, insecurity. There's some sort of poisonous energy that I think is going to be kind of sucked out of your life. It's going to be a little bit turbulent, but it's going to also allow you to be more receptive to a message that is coming for you. And I think that that's why I say the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. I feel like there's a friend coming, and something, maybe it's a windy day, or maybe you listen to something. Maybe it's a friend who is a musician. Maybe it's something that changes your emotional state after realizing how painful something is, or dealing with it because someone comes and kind of triggers this need to face things fully, like to face it head on. There's going to be this need to face it head on in order to continue to not have a cynical approach, and to continue to have this pure childish, pure innocent energy, because I think that I am speaking to a collective that can be a very pure channel, a very empathic, highly sensitive person. So people like that need a certain environment to thrive. They need like a beautiful green lush garden to thrive. They can't be constantly making an effort to protect themselves at all time, because they're being attacked, they're being criticized. They shut down. People like this tend to shut down. And so the garden is, to me, the best analogy for the acceptance of nature as a helping entity, a beneficial, a benevolent nature. So to be surrounded by a comfortable dwelling that is lush and abundant, it shows you every day how life can be effortless and how you are protected by nature itself. And it's like this child here. You are then allowed to roam free and to play in this safe, nurturing environment, very rich, like the soil is rich. Everything it grows easily. You just put a seed and it sprouts. You don't have to fight against nature. So there's this need for ease and safety, because this is very uncomfortable. So thinking that you're going to be attacked from behind, betrayed, this is very tiring. This is very, very draining. And I think that there will come a moment of honesty, of clash, like a clash, but it will happen, that this love will flow. It will happen. It will still be there, like the child was always there all throughout your life. And that purity was there all throughout your life. And you managed to keep the channel open to connect with people in a heart-centered way, and to be available for spirit, to be receptive to the guidance of spirit, to continue to have the empathy towards other people. You managed to come this far. So this doesn't represent a defeat. It just represents what you need to choose and how you need to embody this powerful patriarchal and father energy. So maybe like father yourself, if that's your specific case, or to communicate with your father figure or with someone who represents that archetype for you in a way that it's confronting things without fighting, and without allowing yourself to be defeated or to be criticized and judged unfairly. Okay, but it's so abstract. It's so I hope this is helpful, because to me it's kind of strange. The Knight of Wands. Again with the messages and like the connection to the mood of the moment, the mood that we are collectively experiencing. like getting messages, getting information from a very receptive state, highly empathic, sensitive. I'm not feeling like it's something happening in meditation or something like that. I feel like it's a more casual thing. Like you are working, you are doing something or playing. So maybe like playing. Relaxing. So you're very relaxed, very chill and playing with something, doing something that's maybe not that serious, let's say. And something comes to you and it's brilliant, and it can be the solution. It can be the that catalyzing moment that you needed to change your something about your work, maybe even, or where you work. Page of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Six of Cups. You know, I feel a lot of young energy, children, playing with children or being childlike, remembering your childhood, doing things from your childhood, or recovering objects from your childhood, working on something from the past can really fulfill you right now. And I also think that all these clues, they're about to culminate in some sort of work that you're doing. So this reading might be coming to you so that you're inspired to use some sort of special information that you're getting from a song, maybe, or like, you know, like the Bob Dylan song, or something that comes that's really fortuitous, that's really serendipitous. And just because that thing happened when you were playing doesn't mean that you can't turn it into something serious, something that is related to your work, related to your career. It's like taking play seriously, taking something that you consider childish or infantile or immature. So working with, if you know how to do it, or you are doing it, you are going through it, or you have like a therapist that is helping you go through some sort of inner child work, something is happening, like a huge breakthrough is happening for you in that area, in something that's inside you that needs to come out, it needs to be expressed in your work, or I don't know, in communication, maybe saying something to someone, like confronting someone with a truth about like a memory that you have. It can be traumatic, but it's something that I don't feel like it's hurting you so much right now. It's just that it's there, like, you know, like this skull, it's there, it doesn't really change much, it's just there. And you can try to pick it apart, but it doesn't really change the fact that it has no life. But it's like that expression, the skeleton in the closet, you know, that if you clean the closet, you take away the skeletons, and you can put in, you know, whatever is practical and really useful in your life. So cleaning up the skeletons in your closet and doing it, it's something related to a father figure or someone who embodies that archetype for you in your life. or it's something that you, like an idea, preconceived idea that you have about a father figure, and it's something that you need to address while working with the inner child. Maybe always do this with this is not therapeutical advice. This is very just like ideas that I'm throwing out there. And so whatever you do, of course, you need to have like a constant and consistent work with someone who has the knowledge and who has that empathy, that ability to listen to you. So yeah, this is also something that might be coming through for some of you, is that it's very important that you are listened to. And it's just not just listening to other people and empathizing and, you know, having that space for them, but also the reverse, having people with whom you can open up about your childhood, open up and relax and be safe, feel safe like a child, like a baby, and be like rocked and nurtured and loved. It's very important to have those types of people in our lives. It's very important to feel safe at times, to have a very safe environment so that this child can come out and play. Beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3, your card is Originality with Mercury in Aquarius. This is a very interesting card. It reminds me of just doing things out of the ordinary. I think that something is happening that might be, it's like an unexpected sudden change that can present a challenge to you that you answer very quickly with a very exotic solution, and you have like this different approach, something out of the ordinary for sure. Okay. Do you have anything more? No, I don't think so. So what is this alignment bringing to pile number 3? Surprising, maybe. Something surprises you. Something different. Something that makes you... I think it's very positive, but let's see. Marriage card. A change. So it's like a change in something that you've like agreed to do, like a contract, something that was written down, like a compromise, an agreement between you and someone else, and something happens. There's a change on the horizon. A collective of pixies. Gotcha. That's that surprising moment that's coming. And the loam. Wow. Okay. So the loam is like the extra mile, going the extra mile, giving just a little bit more. And there's something about being helped also by a collective energy. I think you're kind of riding a wave. Riding a wave. Negotiation with Jupiter and Libra. Caution with Mercury in Virgo. Excitement with Mercury in Gemini. That's kind of almost opposing energies. Caution and excitement. isolation with Saturn in Virgo. I think that this is about being kind of setting yourself apart from a collective, being different, being original, being the kind of the rogue agent. That's so interesting. Because with the caution card here, I feel like you're negotiating your position with something or an entity, someone or a collective of people. And I think that this reading is coming to you so that you are careful when there's an unexpected change, that you don't take things at face value, because I think that your excitement is driving things, and it might make you a little bit impatient when you face a little bit of resistance. But I think that you need to understand that when you are trying to do something different and original, it's normal to face a little bit of friction because it's so different. So maybe you're presenting like your boss, for example, or your maybe something to a client, and that person is a little bit like conservative and doesn't really understand your idea, and you have that vision, but that person doesn't really accept it immediately. Don't give up, because I think that you will have the opportunity to keep negotiating, to keep traveling towards what you want. Maybe you just need to do it alone for a little bit so that they can catch up afterwards. Okay. Ace of Wands. Taking the initiative in something. Strength card. Yeah, that's why I'm saying you have that power driving you, and it's normal that other people don't see your vision. They can't see the same thing as you because it's yours. It's very unique. 5 of Cups. It might be disappointing because you want to bring people with you immediately. The 6 of Wands. And you're going to make it. You're going to do that. You just need to not react when they react, when there's adversity. Just don't react. Just keep going. Keep your strength and your power and your position. Wow, blessings of Babaji. It means you're protected. It really means that everything that this card touches is blessed. So, strength, excitement, initiative, this cautious part that's more like having patience, having talking, choosing your words wisely, not having this like a burst of impatience and anger, if that's your case. So usually the blessings of Babaji, you get another card that symbolizes the biggest blessing that comes with this card. You see, Temperance. Having that balanced, calm, healing, patient approach. That's what's going to win the situation. This reading is super straightforward. Death. Something is going to change abruptly and you're going to feel like you lost, or like this is not happening, something is failing, or but it's not. The wild card, it's just starting. It's just kind of a wild ride because maybe it's so different from what you're used to or what people are used to from you. So, the Knight of Pentacles, just keep at it. Keep, showing up. Keep sowing the seeds. And the Ten of Pentacles. You will get there and you will rest on your laurels for a little while. Ten of Pentacles in this specific deck is really about rest. And it's really about enjoying what you did. Leaving a good reputation, giving... Going the extra mile sometimes is the way to have a good reputation. So I feel like this reading is talking to me a lot about career and work. So like work ethic. It's not that you don't have a work ethic. It's just that when you are experimenting with like new services, new products, there's a risk involved. Maybe you are doing something that people don't really understand yet. And you need to be patient. You need to be persistent. This is super clear. And when you get like an unexpected reaction from people, or kind of a negative or kind of weak response, don't worry, because you just need to be persistent. And the calmer you are, the less reactive you are, the more healing. And it's like balming. It's like a balm, being a healing balm to the soul of other people. Even with your work, everything we do can heal. And if you have a very good product, if you have something that people enjoy and makes their day, and they can have pleasure using whatever you are producing, and or whatever you enjoy presenting, that's very healing. That's how we heal as a collective. So you are going to have access to a great marketplace. If this is about business, there's a great market waiting for you if you are persistent. Everything that you do with this calming energy, and this is Ganga, goddess of the river Ganges. Everything that you do with this serene, calm, and patient energy is going to be blessed. Whatever you like to do, doesn't matter. So I don't even know what else to ask. It's so straightforward. But, okay, this unexpected event, whoa, okay. The Chariot. It's something that's triggered by something that you're doing, something that you do that gets this reaction from people, or there's this answer, there's this feedback. Wow, Queen of Cups. And the Nine of Cups. Now that I'm seeing this, I feel like you are it's like the opposite of what I was seeing in the beginning. So I think that the success is going to surprise you. I thought that this was the other way around, but no, I think that you are going to be surprised by how successful something that you're doing that's very original and different from the first thing that you set yourself out to do. You're getting such a good response that you're kind of I don't believe it. Like you're incredulous. You can't really understand how, and it's like the first reaction might be to kind of retreat, or to just disparage, or try to deflect something. Maybe you have a hard time accepting praise. So it's like you go the extra mile. People recognize how far you've come or something really precious that you do. And once they want to give you something back, you kind of, is like, is this really happening? Is this true? I feel like that because of this isolation here. There's this, oh no, that's not the way. But it is. And the more available you are for these events to happen, and the more available you are to share something with the community, to be giving, and the more you do this, the better you will build your reputation. You will build a very good legacy, a great strong legacy, and you'll be loved for it. You'll be celebrating. It's so interesting. It's such a turnaround because it seemed like you would be like afraid of criticism and of a bad reaction from whoever are your clients, your audience, or your boss, something like that. But I think that you'll be surprised because you're going to have a very positive reaction. So I feel like this reading is kind of preparing your psyche to receive a good thing, because sometimes it's hard to receive good things also. Although we try to see, like, if we have good luck, we want to have good fortune, and we want to be blessed in life, but sometimes things come and we can see them, or even worse, we kind of refuse them or shy away from the joy, from the celebration, because a part of us is always thinking that we are undeserving, or we have this imposter syndrome. So maybe if you work on that before something happens, maybe I think that it will be massively amplified if you are joyful about receiving that praise, and if you accept that love, it will amplify everything that you're doing, and it will also motivate you to continue. That's so interesting. It's pretty straightforward, so I hope this was helpful. I really enjoyed it. I hope you also did. So if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.